Stolen car, the white SUV. Inside, a teenager is sleeping. They're strategizing the best way to surprise the suspected thief.
In a series of frightening and sad events in Washington, D.C., 17-year-old Dalaneo Martin was shot and killed by the police. He was found asleep in a car that was said to be stolen near 34th and Baker Streets northeast. This situation quickly got worse, leading to a tragedy that has upset the whole community.
They decide on a plan. One cop from the U.S. Park Police in Washington, D.C. will cut open the back window that's covered in plastic.
Just don't get caught inside of that car.
Then he opens the door and slides in. At the same time,
Dalaneo Martin's sad fate started when officers from the Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, and the U.S. Park Police found him. Martin was discovered sound asleep in the driver's seat of a Hyundai Tucson, a car reported as stolen. This car was found near 34th and Baker Streets northeast, parked in a hidden spot. The car's engine was on, and there were clear signs of damage to the ignition, making it seem that the car was likely stolen. Finding the supposedly stolen car quickly grabbed the attention of the police, requiring them to act right away. This marked the beginning of a series of unfortunate events that would quickly spiral out of control, resulting in a tragic ending. The context of the stolen vehicle was not just pivotal for law enforcement's approach, but also became the linchpin for the subsequent actions and decisions that unfolded. The officers were put on high alert, their senses heightened by the possibility of confronting a potentially dangerous individual.
His family not doing no work and getting paid for murder.
Police say a gun was recovered from inside the car, but video did not show Martin reaching for it. No one inside the home was injured. There's now a federal civil rights investigation into the shooting.
After finding out about the situation, officers from MPD and U.S. Park Police quickly got together, feeling the pressing need to act fast. They took their time to come up with a careful plan, aiming to get Martin out of the supposedly stolen car safely and make sure he couldn't run away. They thought about every possible thing that could happen, with every officer knowing well the possible dangers because the car was said to be stolen. The officers were seen and heard talking about different ways to detain Martin, imagining every possible situation, thinking about how Martin might react and planning what they would do next. The officers, each knowledgeable and skilled, thought carefully about their choices, coming up with a plan they thought would reduce dangers and keep everyone safe. They all understood how important it was to stop any sudden moves by Martin that might make things more dangerous. This planning time was full of quick but well-thought-out decisions, with every officer using their knowledge to create a plan that would let them take charge of the situation quickly. The pressing need and underlying stress were made worse by the fact that the car Martin was in was reported as stolen, making the situation more unstable and raising the risks for both Martin and the officers. Every officer, very aware of what could go wrong, was focused on making sure the plan would solve the situation with the least amount of harm. The fact that the car was reported as stolen had a big impact on how they decided to act, showing the need for a careful and planned response to deal with the tricky situation effectively. The tension rose as officers enacted their plan, surrounding and entering the reportedly stolen vehicle. Martin, now awake, attempted to flee the scene, resulting in a perilous struggle inside the moving vehicle. The confrontation reached its zenith when Martin was shot multiple times. The struggle and the subsequent firing of weapons were distinctly captured on the released body camera footage. The car, post the skirmish, crashed, resulting in Martin being pronounced dead at the scene.
Dalaneo Martin. At a news conference today, the dead teen's mom expressed anger at her son's killing.
How are we going to justify this? The officer can't justify this.
You know at this point if he stole it, if somebody else stole it.
The crash that happened right after the intense fight led to more alarming discoveries. A weapon was clearly found inside the car, as shown in the body camera footage shared with everyone. The footage, released by both the Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, and the U.S. Park Police, showed different views of the encounter, each one showing more details about the chaotic events that happened. The clear showing of the weapon, the vivid showing of the struggle, and the fatal shooting have sparked a lot of feelings and talks within the community and Martin's family. The clear and direct visuals have made the families and the public's cause for justice and responsibility even stronger, reflecting their pain, anger, and deep loss. It has put police behavior, use of force, and whether the right procedures were followed under a lot of examination, bringing up important questions about the actions that led to Martin's death. The family, dealing with their sadness and pain, have become even more passionate in their fight for justice. The clear pain and suffering felt by Martin's family are a painful reminder of the permanent consequences of that tragic encounter. The family's visible sadness is mixed with their strong determination to hold those responsible accountable for the loss of their loved one, making their calls for clear and thorough investigations and legal actions against those involved even stronger. Before we continue with the video, take a second to subscribe to our channel.
Put Martin to stop and let him out, or he'll shoot. Park police say Martin did not comply, and the officer did fire his weapon. Seconds later, the car crashed into a home. Martin died at the scene, and his mother is now calling for the officer's arrest.
This sad event is now being looked at through many detailed investigations and serious legal checks. These checks are not only looking at the clear weapon and supposedly stolen car, but also every action, choice, and event that led to the deadly fight. The careful legal checks and investigations are working to find out every detail, check the legality and rightness of the officer's actions, and find out what led to this sad event. These steps underline the clear showing of the weapon and what it means, the stolen status of the car, and how these parts affected everyone's actions involved. Public statements from different authorities and Martin's family's lawyers show the widespread sadness, shock, and anger coming from the tragic death of a young person. These statements hint at the extensive, exhaustive nature of the ongoing investigations and the pursuit of truth, justice, and accountability for Martin's untimely death. This wave of investigations and legal scrutiny is surrounded by heightened public interest, as every revelation could potentially alter public perception and understanding of the incident. The comprehensive examinations underway are crucial for shedding light on the complexities and nuances of this case, providing insights that could inform future interactions, policies, and procedures, and ensure such tragedies are prevented. The community briefing revealed body camera footage with clarity and detail that sparked discussions and debates about police procedures, conduct, and community relations. This incident prompted administrative and policy reviews, with officers involved being placed on administrative leave pending investigations.
They later discovered a gun in the SUV, but that the officers did not know it was there until after the vehicle crashed as a result of the shooting. DC police training and procedure.
This sad event, which started as what seemed to be a normal check of a said stolen car, quickly got out of hand, leaving Dalaneo Martin dead and a community upset. The clear showing of weapons and the detailed showing of the struggle and shooting in the shared footage have started talks and debates about how police act, how they relate to the community, and possible changes in police rules and ways. As we wait for more information, the results of the ongoing checks, and possible changes in laws and rules, the bigger effects of this event on how the community and police interact and changes in police work become important things to think about. If you like this video, make sure to share it with your friends and family as well. To stay posted with our upcoming videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel. So, what are your thoughts on this case? Comment them down below.